Destine Live, episode 49. Permission to follow your Ghost Studios. I'm Bob Candelaria here. Dave, Doug, Celine, and Ashes at the end over here. All right. And this week we're doing bios. Bio week. I know you guys seen 49 episodes of us and probably wondering a little bit of, I want to know a little bit more about these guys. Yeah.
And I want to know more about you guys.
Little details, little fun facts, and what better way to start with the head honcho, our El Caption, Kano, the main host of Clandestine Live.
All right.
He's guided us through 48 episodes of pure imagination.
Magic.
Can we
You know.
do one more time?
Clandestine Live.
Clandestine Live.
I know. Can we get a shot of the control booth? He is still here.
I hope we
He
get
is
him
still
proud.
watching us. Look at it. He's all cleaned up. He's all dapper.
Hey, everybody.
All right, we got that
Dapper.
down. We get him proud. Thumbs up. Thumbs
That's
up.
right.
He's with Follow Your Bliss Media.
Yeah. One at a time.
Audio Wigman.
Can we tell any stories tonight?
Yeah, there's a lot of stories.
No limits.
I'm a big brother.
You're in trouble, Kano.
I know Big Brother Bob over here's probably got a lot of stories. I know, I'm called Crow, and that's all thanks to Kano, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, like 4 years ago, when I was just starting out in the band, I wasn't really called Crow yet.
Right.
and I think it was like in Germany, our first time playing on the stage in Germany. Comes over and introduce, and this is Crow. We call him Crow. You know, he's like just like it was a no big thing. We've been doing it for 20 years, and it's stuck ever since, like hard. So yeah, he's definitely had a big impact on not only this endeavor but my personal life, and you know, shout out to Kano.
Yeah, definitely.
He's an unbelievable human being. He's brought us all together, all this love and energy. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and then to be on this path with my brother, you know, is really cool. Walking this with family, man.
Yeah,
But
we're all family here, you know.
we didn't grow up together.
I know
A lot
that.
of people don't know that. You know, so we've gotten to really know each other, and we've gotten really close over the last few months, man. I got a little brother now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake him. I gotta like start thinking of some good pranks in the morning. I didn't get to do that stuff when we were
And
little.
you gotta put his
know?
hand in some water.
Yeah.
Years of pranks waiting to build up.
I never had anybody to pick on.
We'll do some of the classics. Whipped cream. You know,
Yeah.
break his glasses.
Don't
Wait,
give
what?
them all away.
That's a little too mean.
I got a good story. I got a good little brother story though. I'll tell it.
I know.
Yeah.
See, Dave, you've known Kano how long? I mean, we told the story last week of how you guys met and all that, but I'm sure you guys have been on many adventures over the 25 years Clandestine's been a
Definitely,
party out there.
Well, definitely a lot of ups and downs, a lot of good times, and then a few times where you wanted to go the other way, you know. And but I think, like with Connell, man, he's my brother, been friends for a long time, and we depend on each other for a lot of different things. But the one thing I remember when we met, right after that, we had these songs that we were working on, and you know, we needed somebody with a voice that could go way up and go way down, kind of thing, a big range. And when we started playing that song where we were struggling with it vocally, Connell nailed it first time out. So, you know, I always remember stuff like that too, you know. Very talented person. Yep.
I know, that's awesome. Des has been playing with them for how long now, Des? How long you been Clandestine?
I don't know. Almost a decade.
Almost a decade. You getting there.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nah.
Nah.
Not quite. But seems like it sometimes.
Yeah.
I think since 2010, so yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's good.
2010, 2011.
I'll sneak up on you there pretty soon.
I met you guys through Bonesy, and that's how I met Kano. And
Shout out to Bones.
shout out to Bones. Family, also family in the Thanksgiving area. Yeah, Kano, man, just doing shows with him right away. Like you said, just being out in Berlin, just being like on the fly, just being like, boom, Crow, you know.
Right.
His ability to just like take something to the next level is just like uncanny, you know. Like anytime we'd be doing shows early on when I started with the band, started with you guys, Kano would give us a set list and they'd be like, I don't know about this one, Kano. I mean, there's like some wheelchairs out there and shit, you know. Like, I don't know how much this rock set's gonna go down. We're gonna play Seeker into, you know, this and that with all like of our rock metal jams. And he's like, it's gonna go just fine. And I'm like, I don't know about that. You know? And I'm like, maybe we should reconsider. Well, it's not my band. I'm just like, you know, I didn't, you know, when I just started playing in it. And then it would rock the house. And I'd just be like, damn, Kano does know what he's talking about, you know, kind of a thing where it's just like, well, I don't know. I'm the new guy. I'm the rookie on it. And, yeah, Kano would just be like, hey, like Fearless, like, you know, Fierce Warrior, just in there, just, no, we're going to fucking kill it. And it's going to go great. And it did. And it was just, every time it was just awesome. And to watch him, you know, and finish like with Seeker, just watch him jump off of something that wasn't even planned and just like, boom, you know, like power bomb into the next, you know, into the end of the set or something, you know. So yeah, that was my kind of first impression of Kano, being like, damn, this guy delivers the goods. This guy
Guy's
gets
a
it
rock
done.
star, bro.
Yeah, this guy's a real rock star.
This guy's what's
Yeah,
going on.
He's
I
not-
remember the other side of that story, if you will, is him. We're in Germany and we're playing this. Anyway, the monitor was there and he comes singing backwards and he fell over that thing Didn't miss a beat. Kept singing and came right back up.
That was like,
I was like, it's cool, Kano.
it's like when we were camping too, and he did that flip over the
Right.
right, did a flip over the fire pit.
I mean, we could fill up the whole podcast with stories that come.
Doing a flip. I'm like, why are you doing a flip over? He's like, I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. Like, gracefully flipped over.
Like it was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Did he plan that? I don't remember finding that. He's a stunt double somewhere.
Yeah.
Kano's also a stunt.
I know he's been in the game a long time. You know, a lot of bands, a lot of cool endeavors, projects he's gone through, and I want to show this video right now about a little about his upbringing, about what he did before, and how it all came to Clandestine Live. So let's run that clip right now.
1958.
My name is Kano.
Years ago, I wandered
I'm the singer and frontman of Clandestine and the host of Clandestine Live. Well, it's been quite a journey, and it's been a lot of experiences that have brought me to this time and this place. In a traditional way, I would say on my mother's side, in the Lakota way, I would say, how matakyase zuyo wakwa miyeyilo, or hello all my relations. My name is Peaceful Warrior. But most people that know me or have spent time around me, they refer to me as Kano. And it's a name that my mother gave to me at the hospital. So from birth and from my whole life, that's my name, I guess, that's connected to my heart, if you will. Well, being Juan Cano Sanchez, I'm of Lakota, Pueblo, and Spanish descent. And the reason I bring that out to the forefront, what is your race, what is your creed, I guess, is because my parents were so proud of where they came from. My mother taught me to be proud that I was Lakota. My father, Eusebio Sanchez, he was mixed Pueblo and Spanish. His mother was from Taos, Pueblo, Red Willow, Pueblo, and his father was from Madrid, Spain. And so you can imagine, he was born in 1919, Eusebio Sanchez, my father. And my mother is from Pine Ridge. She is Lakota. And she grew up in Pine Ridge, went to a boarding school there. You know, and she was quite a bit younger than my father when they met. And so I was, as she says, she was the mother of many children. I was the only one between the two, but they brought the families together. And so I grew up with a bunch of siblings, and I think that's attributed to the colorful person that I am, right? So being the only child between Betty and Sabe, it was definitely an interesting life. But from the get-go, it's always been about music, to be honest. Even before I even realized how much music was going to play a role in my life, it was there. I remember watching Elvis on TV, you know, maybe one of his Hawaiian concerts or one of the concerts in the 70s. You know, I was born in 1970. And so I was probably about 5 years old watching Elvis and seeing what he was doing and deciding in my head that that's what I'm going to do. I remember putting on my sister's fringe leather jacket and standing on the couch and singing Elvis songs. And from there, you know, I didn't really know what that meant other than I liked music, and that always played a huge role. I grew up in 7 Mile on the White Mountain Apache Reservation. I'm Lakota and Pueblo, but my parents, they both worked in education. We ended up working and living in the White Mountain Apache area. So, you know, growing up there in that time era, I was influenced by seeing crown dancers. And nowadays it's very exhibitional, but back then you could actually go see, you know, some spirit dancers. And I vividly remember the sparks and the huge bonfire down below, and watching the crown dancers dance around there right earlier. You know, and my mother being Lakota, I was always exposed to powwow as well. Northern Plains, you know, she's from Pine Ridge, South Dakota. So I was exposed to powwow right away as well. So that drum was always a huge part of my life. And we grew up going to church. My parents were Catholic, though we were connected to traditional ways as well, just in spirit and in teaching. And we actually began attending Sundance when I was about 7 years old. My Uncle Rooster started dancing in Davis, California, of all places. So I started sun dancing and attending sweats and exploring traditional ways. But at the same time, I was doing music as well. I was in a band called Rainbow Tribe that I created with friends. We performed around Phoenix, Arizona, around the country a little bit, and gained some notoriety, you know. And in that time, I had gotten into a lot of trouble as a teen. You know, got caught with some things and ended up being in placement for like 2 years. And placement meaning lockdown. I was sent to just a behavioral modification and then a work camp. I was in Texas for 2 years, and honestly, it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. I was at the Oaks in Denton, Texas, and I don't even think that exists anymore, but it was there that I was able to find out who I was for real. You know, and I took those skills and the knowledge that the staff and all the individuals I experienced things with there, and I applied it. I was very intentful from an early time on. That was, you know, high school. Very knowing that I was going to sing, I was going to play music, was, you know, do something. Bob Marley was a huge influence, and as I said, I had decided to be Elvis, man, when I was like 8, so I was on my way. But I started trying out for bands around the Phoenix area. I remember singing, auditioning for a group called Dagger, heavy metal group. Ended up creating with some friends a group called Rogues Gallery, and from that moved into a group called Rainbow Tribe. And there's where I performed some of the bigger shows, larger things around Phoenix in the clubs. And right at a time we were about to do some things, go on tour, Rainbow Tribe was getting larger, we were investing money into it and recording, I ended up getting in a motorcycle wreck. And this motorcycle wreck really changed things because it laid me up for a year. And you know, that was a life-changing thing. I became mortal, if you will, as a young man. You know, and I have to say, too, this whole time, because of my parents' influence and being in that placement, I ended up working in behavioral health. My parents worked and were partial owners of a residential treatment center called Victory House Discovery Center in Mesa. And I started out doing work-related stuff, or like maintenance-related stuff with the kids. You know, my experience, I found that I was able to speak with patients, and I ended up working in behavioral health, like I said, at private hospitals, all through the time of Clandestine as we toured through Germany and Australia all this time. I was working at Desert Vista Hospital, and they were seeing quality and value in what we were doing as a band. They had a Native American program. I worked with all ages there, through all population, from the very young, you know, almost, I guess, preschool to geriatric. And in that experience, I took that to the stage. At the same time, I would leave that job and I would go perform and rehearse with Clandestine. You know, and I found myself in Clandestine after meeting David Montour, a.k.a. That Damn Artist. And I met him in Salt River there at an art show. And it was the first day that I had put weight bearing on a leg. I broke my left leg and I was able to walk out. And so I went to this event and I ended up running into Dave. And not too long after that, we were jamming with Clandestine, man. And there was a lot of work involved, but really, like anything, it seems like it was overnight. We just ended up playing huge shows. We were opening for large bands, and you can see our bio, you know, and all that stuff. Some of the greatest experiences, everything I ever dreamed about or dreamed of has happened in Clandestine. And in those moments, I also have realized what life is about, I guess, or what my understanding of it is. And I really value my family. I value love. I've experienced enough things to appreciate what I have and to work hard for what I want and what I see for my family. You know, I'm a father of 2 children, I'm a husband, you know, my wife Mila Lee, and the kids Avery and Sonora. They're the driving force behind the continuance of this. You know, Clandestine has created a nonprofit Operation Peace project. As once again, through experience, man, we really created this amazing, organic, I guess you could call it a social movement. And I'm really anxious for more people to be a part of it as we gather team members. I'm really honored to be able to continue singing for Clandestine. That's really what the goal is about, and to do it in a good way. My colleague and I, Dave, and my colleague Dez and Crow, were so intentful in being true to the music and to people. But yet, you know, wanting to make a living and be, you know, be a pillar of society, help the community, help my family, and so that the memory of me is a good one. So in a good way, I hope that in all our media and content, our music, Clandestine songs that you're going to see released in the near future, and the ones that you have, I hope they inspire you to just continue your day, I guess. I like how, you know, even if I can change the moment for just that moment, 3 minutes. I've been honored enough to sit with some of the world's greatest producers and mixers, you know, and worked in some of the world's greatest studios. And I look forward to continuing that as I foresee Clandestine becoming more popular as we put the work and effort. And it's, as I said, it's in a good way. You know, so Clandestine Live, Clandestine, and Operation Peace, it's a life way. It's a chosen life way. I'm so grateful for all the team members, all my friends and family that support. Please listen to Clandestine music and think about all the effort that's been put forth. It's more than just an ego thing. Of course there's ego. I'm the front man of a rock and roll band. But it's in a good way. It's in a sincere way. It's from the heart. And the lyrics are true, right? So, as I do my best to continue being as good of a person as I can, thanks for tuning in to Clandestine Live, and enjoy Clandestine music.
Kano here.
Hey! Yeah, you know, had to wear a new tie for the bio episode picked out by Avery.
They call it salmon.
Is that salmon or pink?
That's pink.
That's pink.
That is not salmon.
That'll be the next dress color. What is it?
Yeah.
Right, you know.
That's
Well,
called
had to be
It's
the
like candy.
variety show host, you know, with the
Variety
voice
show
and the
host.
suit.
Well, you know, I told the story, and I know everybody here has got a story, and I wanted you to look directly in their eyes when they were telling you it. So, Ash,
Yeah.
over there, do you have a story that you want to look deeply into Kano's
Right,
eyes and
make sure I'm not incriminated or something.
and tell him?
Tell him.
Tell
I
him.
won't look
how
at
you
you.
feel, really.
Really. Well, mine's not as much a story, you know. Like before I even met you, I had gotten to fire dance for you guys at Neo Tribal, and so I kind of knew who all of you were, but I never actually got to meet any of you.
Famous.
Yeah.
What?
It was
Famous.
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 Oh, sorry.
New dessert.
But then I got to meet you through our good friend Andrew Young, and I know that we've shout him out many times, but
Yeah, he doesn't need one right
he
now.
really, he really was who introduced me to you.
Andrew
and
Young.
all I know is that every time I hear anything about what it is you're doing, I'm just so shocked and surprised by like all of the million things that are going on. Like, you are a man of many different hats, and you own all of those hats like so wonderfully. And it's really cool to just see how hard you work, and it's really inspiring because you do juggle a lot, but you do it very well, and it's really it's something to look up to and appreciate. So I just personally appreciate everything that you've done for myself, for us. I know that we've gotten to perform with you many times before we actually joined and started doing this together. So that was really a treat in general, just getting to do the powwow and getting to hang out and get to know you guys better. So I just really appreciate everything. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah, thanks, Colin.
Yeah, awesome. By the way, I guess you just had one more turn around the sun, right?
Yeah, right. My birthday last weekend.
Happy birthday.
It just keeps happening.
Happy birthday.
Just keeps
Like, hey, I
happening,
didn't ask
man.
for this year.
Doing all right, man. I'm here,
Doing
right?
good. Walking
Doing
around.
all right. Yeah.
Doing all right. Wearing a pink tie
There you
today.
go.
Well, thanks.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good to be here. You know.
Yeah.
It's good to have you.
Well,
have you on the show.
like you always say, Connell, follow, like, and share.
Thanks for being here.
Anything.
Follow, like, and share.
We need to push the
Most
Facebook
definitely.
page likes. Oh wait, you know, I mean,
Wow. Yeah, we're.
I saw.
Say it. What's
See it?
what's the number?
See it?
You see it in your
We're
face,
almost at
right?
10,000 followers
10,000
on our Facebook. and,
followers.
Almost at
you
10,000.
know, if you would just share it, maybe
Yeah,
get
share
tell
it.
your
Follow.
somebody to
10,000 followers.
Yeah,
right? So
share it.
push like, push
just
follow.
get us over that hump.
Oh, just press the button.
Just need
Follow,
to get
like,
over
and
this
share.
hump.
You don't need to do it more than once. You just gotta do it once.
I mean, Des wrote a
One
song
time
about
thing.
it, guys. Come on.
It looks like
All my people out there, follow, like, and share. Get us out there.
We only need
19 more.
19 more people.
19.
Yeah.
What if?
I know
what
I
if it
got
was like a
19
race?
people out there.
I mean, is there 19 people out there
I
that
know
are
I got
watching right
19.
now that just want to
Come on now.
hit that follow button for like a week or something?
Maybe
Just
if
make
you
me
get the
feel good
voice
for a
on.
little
We're
bit.
almost
Where's
there.
your announcer voice,
10,000.
bro?
And smiles.
Follow,
Almost
like, and share. We need to
10,000,
get to 10,000, 10K.
If you're the 10,000 follower, maybe we can do something for that.
Oh, yeah.
T-shirts.
yeah.
There's still a free T-shirt in the air.
Oh,
Yep,
in the
nobody
air.
ever followed up with that
Free
Right.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
question last week. Remember?
Free
To reiterate it.
1,000
Right.
followers.
What's up
You
until,
heard
like,
Go back to
lunch.
last week's episode and join the sweepstakes.
T-shirt.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
Maybe
Lunch.
even
I said
sign.
coffee
Follow,
and a
like, and
shirt last
share.
week. If you can guess, if anyone could put in the comments what our first album was called.
Nobody.
Nobody
No,
knew.
I don't think anyone heard it. I just kind of threw it out there real quick. You know,
Just
I don't know.
sprinkled it out to the
We'll see.
world.
Maybe if anyone's
Sprinkle it.
listening now.
Well,
you
Bob's
could go
saying more
ahead
than
and-
coffee. He's saying lunch and a shirt.
I'll throw
man.
down. I'll throw down a
That
lunch.
Somebody wanna
10,000
go
likes.
10,000,
Right?
yeah.
I feel like I have that.
We're gonna have lunch.
It's the one that you gave me.
It could be.
I'm gonna go make 19 accounts.
It was old school.
Get this
Yeah.
lunch.
That's like win-win, though. I get to go to lunch too. You know?
Yeah, that's always win-win.
Yeah, me and Connell get to go
Yeah,
to
look
lunch
at
too.
Tiffany
so.
is gonna spread the word. I appreciate
right,
it.
thank you, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
What's
See,
up, Tiff?
We might just
All
send
right,
Tiffany a free
Tiffany.
shirt because
She was the first.
I don't
one out
know.
there. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
good.
because
man of
she might be
yours.
the only
Cool.
one out there doing something about. Oh, never mind. And a new contender.
we have
coming.
more.
Yeah, oh, we got
people
some
sharing?
people coming up.
Or we got
All right.
we got a couple free shirts we like to share out there.
Hey, just give a shout out to the
Really
pack
nice.
back home. I know some of them are watching right now, so I know you're gonna follow, like, and share.
I know you want one of these shirts.
You know, I saw all those memes you guys been posting. So
guys got
We've been
memes?
busy. My fingers are a little, yeah,
I enjoy memes, so send them
we're
on
getting
over.
strong.
well, all of the content I've been seeing, you know, Ashley, I looked at your page, awesome stuff. I'm always looking for more entertainment, right? I get to see Serene dance, whatever gig she had or whatever performance she posts. And then Des, you know, rewatching the videos. So, you know, it's pretty cool, all the content that's coming out. Bob's
Did-
cool
did
picture.
you guys
Did you
do
see
the
that
fairy thing
picture
on-
down at Tempe Town Lake?
Uh-oh.
Did you guys see that profile picture of this
Something's
guy?
coming
Yeah.
to this guy over here.
Right?
Badass.
I'm ready. Yeah,
Bob
man. I'm
Candelario
feeling it
over
again. I
here.
feel young again.
I know.
I've been hanging out with Crow a lot, man. You know,
Right,
he's
right.
making me
Take
feel
it
young.
back.
Gotta rub
again.
off
Well,
on
I
each
still
other.
am
That's
young.
that's
That's
perfect,
the
you know.
thing. Yeah, I still am young.
That's perfect,
Right.
right?
Giving them some crow tips over here.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to my sister and my mom who pulled out those pictures and called me
Yeah.
this morning. Hey, we got these photos. And there was more, too, that we had. We actually found a picture of Bob and I the
Yeah,
first
man.
time we had hung out we were like in high school.
Yeah. I got
High
a
school
story.
age.
I got a
It's
story.
funny, right?
I got a story. I
Hey,
got a
cut-
big
hey,
brother
Cut to
story.
the Bob story.
I got to
Here we
tell a
go.
big brother story. It was like the first few months we had met, right? And what were you, like 14, 15? You were freshman? Anyways, he went to this
15.
party, man, and these guys were messing with him. They were like bullying him. So he's got a big brother now, and he came home and he got me and our brother, like a friend of ours, right? Boyfriend of a girl of our sister. This guy's like 6'8", like 340 or something. I don't know. He played defensive tackle at San Diego State.
Right.
And we come walking in and we go back up to this party. We go, Connell, go ahead and you go first. And Connell's 14, you know, and so he walks in and these two shadows of us walk in behind him. And I remember Connell's shoulders just got bigger and bigger as we walked in the room, man. Yeah, we just stood behind him and just stayed quiet and smiled. You know, he looked around the room. He owned the room after that, man. To this day, I still got his back like that, man. I love my
Yeah.
brother.
Have that memory for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
That was a good evening.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Definitely changed the outlook and pattern of the rest of the school year.
We're not gonna mess with him anymore.
He's got bodyguards now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
right.
rock star way, dude.
Yeah, you're a rock
Excuse me,
star
sir.
right away.
It just,
Excuse me.
it just reminded me of those cartoons, you know, when the kid in front thinks he's the big guy and there's like somebody
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
him, you know. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
reminded me
Making
of.
everybody
You know,
else
it's the
run.
Chihuahua and the Bulldog.
Yeah. Yeah, but I tell people that, you know, they better know who they think I'm the guy because I'm big. This is the guy you got to watch out for, man. It's not me. I'm the nice guy out of us.
I don't know what that means, but
If there's a wrestling match, I would probably take him, man. He's out there on the windows and stuff. You got to watch this guy, man. He's got a grip.
He's got secret muscles you don't
Yeah,
want to
man.
know about.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I was training Windows under him, so I have those same muscles. They're very small, of course, but they're still there. Getcha.
Small but mighty.
That's funny.
That story.
Yeah, it's good to have Kano on your team. That's for sure. You know, he's got his back. You know, you feel a little more comfortable, a little more confident. Like, oh yeah, got Kano, Dave, you too, of course. You know, bro, it's good to everybody's.
Yeah.
It's about Kano. It's about
But you know, Kano's got a little extra. Got a little extra weight to him. You know, it's like. Sorry, I didn't even think about it.
Tenacity.
Yeah, a little extra tenacity. I didn't think about that. Yeah, and having Kano, you know, you said he wears a lot of hats, does a lot of things, and you know that weight is always to me in terms of like business, musical. You know, every time we're at the jam room and we're throwing that riffs at you, and I'm like, you know, hey, you know, do you want to work on this later? You're like, no, I got it. And I'm like, oh, no, you want to work it? And then bam, like you got it. And I'm like, that just always blows my mind that you can still do all the business, you know, take care of your kids and be a good family man and still come to the jam room and still put in 110% and still nail it there, nail it in business. So we'll just sit there and we'll talk and just be like, damn, like really refreshing to know that you're out there gaining this knowledge, and between the two of us, like, are kind of growing together in that way, you know.
Yeah.
And just my story, just of you, is just mostly of just being in a position of like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my life. I don't know where I'm going, and just being with you, like writing Goodnight Moon, it just kind of like changed my life, because, you know, I remember taking that demo that I recorded on my phone, and just being like, man, that song touched me, Kano, like just kept me going, and just really gave me a faith again in like music and in this band and everything, and just what I was doing. It was just like, and as a native person, you know, it really drew a connection to me, to my native, you know, my native family, and just where I came from and everything. Just everything about everything I would say, like hyper real, became like hyper real for me. And going there, you know, I'd be bawling, I'd be like crying. You were there, actually. You wrote the bass line on that song
Yes.
before. Yeah, before you were playing
wasn't
guitar.
even in the band. I was just hanging around. You guys' bass player didn't show up or something. Here, just play this.
That's before he knew he was in the band.
So,
bass lines, yeah.
you know, that meant a lot to me at that time. So that was, that really renewed my faith in a lot of things, and so I love that. I love having each other's back like that. We're like, whether we're at a show and it's like sound guys trying to cut us off, they're like, "Oh, we're done." Seeker now it kind of looks over. Seeker now. It's just like go right into the jam, and we know we're ready to kick ass just like that. Just I got your back. Whenever you say go, let's do this. I'm down. And I follow you.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real.
Inspiration's definitely mutual. And that Goodnight Moon riff, and just the solo in there too. That one when we cut that at full well, and you drop that low tone mid-level solo, that was like the icing on the whole thing. And so Goodnight Moon was definitely a song that changed things in the pattern of writing too. As we came and expressed ourselves,
collectively,
Yeah, to come back out of a place where it was like we weren't writing anything, we weren't getting anything done, and just to come out of nowhere and just be like, well, you're like, I got this riff, and I got this song, and it's like, okay, and then hear it, I'm like, I like that, like right away, I just like, wow, I really like that, and then we start working on it, just came so organically together, and it was just like, this is what it's all about, just being in there jamming and rocking and having a good time like that. Really, really meant a lot to me at my time in my life, so. Thanks again.
Likewise. That was a new beginning. We wrote that tune, we put that together, and just months later we were on a plane to Germany.
Yeah.
Right. We had no idea that that was going to happen.
We played it so fast too.
Right. And Germany, we heard the recordings back.
The recordings were like, is this the Alvin the Chipmunks version?
I think those recordings were like the last sets.
And then we stopped the song and then reprised it like twice as fast. But at the time, it just seemed like we were up there like.
It worked.
Right.
Speaking of Goodnight Moon, could you guys give that a little strum? Could you guys play a little beat?
He needs to whistle.
Play this. Who's got that one?
Don't fall asleep on us, though.
Yeah, good night.
Maybe you should play the sped up version.
Right. Well, actually, it's
the rockin' version.
The energy, or what I think about, is, and in the lyric, I say the day starts. Midnight is where the day begins. And I've heard it say that Warrior's Day is 48 hours. And so when I say good night to the moon, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to sleep. Just saying it's a good night. Good night. Good night. And those times just make you feel that way. That's where the vocal came in. Remember, we're sitting in that room, and it's just, good night. And then the chord change. I remember I was talking to Pete, and that's where we were in his studio writing this, and it's like, man, I need a lower tone. The feeling is different. And I have so many relatives, ladies specifically, and being Native, I obviously write it from that point of view. But there's so many families that are separated, if you will, single-parent families, And I wrote it from that point of view, kind of from maybe a niece's eyes or my sister's eyes, perhaps, And that tone needed to be there to take us down, And if you hear the song, the lyrics, just talk about a girl, And the tones and stuff, that's one thing with Dez, and anytime we've played together, guitar and vocal-wise, we're really meshed in regard to, bringing the proper tones together. And that song really did it. The flute, obviously. Any song you put the flute on, it just, just makes it better, right? So, But it's what is this, episode 49?
Ooh,
49.
I'm almost to 50, guys. The big
49,
5-0 is
big
next
5-0.
week.
That's right.
And we
The
got
big
something
5-0.
big and huge
Shout out
specially
Kevin.
planned. I can't tell you what it is yet, but don't worry. I'm getting yelled at
Next
for even
week you
giving
need to be
hints away.
extra grateful.
Well,
Yeah.
Kevin
Extra
Darte,
grateful.
what's up,
Don't worry about
man?
it.
We're 49.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really flattered with all the good words, and I'm honored to be able to be a host, a co-host, and do all this work. Feeling under the weather the other evening. We had a little dinner that I wasn't able to make, and appreciate the message you sent. Made me feel better. We're all staying very busy. I know, all of us, right? There's more content being created. You have a whole nother show. It starts with a spark, right? Sundays, we're sharing that. You can see that on our social media. And we're building up. We're going to be having podcasts and so forth. We have an announcement tonight as well.
Yeah.
Bob's going to make an announcement in regard to content. And, look out. Look, shout out to Christian. What's up? How you doing, Christian? You out there? Can't wait to get that painting up here. We still got to auction that painting off before the holidays here.
Yeah, I know I got to get that out to him, but I'm just real excited. I've been sitting. I've got put a real quick clip up the other day, and I've got an overwhelming amount of messages and likes, and kept me up all night. For talk about a 48-hour, I couldn't put the phone down, man. I had to keep chatting, So I decided to go starting this Monday, 8 a.m. Arizona time every morning. Check me out real quick 30-second thing. I give a word of a day, encouragement, whatever I got. I'm going to try to come out with something and I got something to say. Hopefully I can encourage some people out there every day when they start their day off. So I'm going to start that off, kick it off on Monday. So look for me Monday at 8 a.m.
Bright and early.
Yeah,
Getting your
start the
week
day with some
started.
Bob, yeah.
Everyone needs a little Bob in their life. I'll tell you that
That's
now.
right.
Oh, yep.
Greg
Well, it
D
looks
says,
like we
"Brother
need
Bob."
12 more likes to make 10,000. So, hey, what's up, Greg?
Greg
D?
D.
Greg D.
My man, Greg D. Have you seen that movie? Big guy, Greg D. He is a pioneer and a leader in suicide prevention. Check out Greg D. and his website on Facebook. Major movie there. And we got to hook up, Greg. Excellent. We got to get, and Gregory. We all got to get together, man. We're fighting the same fight. So it's good to see your name up there, brother.
All right, man. Clandestine Live reaching out, to the masses. Like I said, up to this point, we've reached over 2.4 million people with Clandestine Live.
Probably more than that now.
Episode 49 that we know of,
It's
right?
4.2 million now. What?
Yeah, right.
Oh.
What?
What? No, it really is. It's about like 4 million now.
Is it 4
It's
million
got
now?
to be.
By
I feel
now?
it.
Gotta be. Now
That's
I'm
Crow's story.
doing my basic
doubling it up.
math, and it's about
Analysts
6
say
trillion.
2.4,
He
but a
is the
lot of
social
people.
media
Point being
star.
is, we're sending out good intent. We're doing it in a good way, right? Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you feeling good about it?
Yeah.
You feel good tonight.
What's up, Bill?
Bill,
What's
what's
up, Bill? What's
Bill,
up,
hey,
Yeah, what's
Bill.
up, Bill?
One
All
of my
right,
boys,
man. Good
Bill,
to see you out
man.
there.
I miss you guys. Hey, tell everybody I said hi back home, man. I miss you guys.
I'll watch it. Oh, there we go.
Randall, hey,
Randall
brother.
Falls.
That's my clan, bro, right there. That's family right there. Randall, hello, up north, man. Right on.
Great, man. Grading out.
Good to see these people, man.
Sending this signal out,
Yeah.
through space,
Sean Lee.
in time, right?
Mr. Sean
Good
Lee.
intentions,
Yeah.
right? Ow! To a satellite,
Hey,
to a cell
man.
tower, to the phone in your hand.
Look at all my boys, Greg.
The smart TV on your wall. Much love, everybody. Clandestine Live. All right.
And Justin is live.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to keep going live
That's
for
right.
all the weeks coming.
Yes.
That's right.
I know as soon as season 1 wraps, I know we've already got things working for season 2.
Yeah, speaking of season 1, we had a goal of 52 episodes for this year, right?
Yeah.
We're about to reach that.
Yep.
We're going to can 52 episodes. We're talking to some streaming services, and we're going to be relaunching those and packaging those. But in the meantime, we're going to take not a break because we're going to still do some podcasts, and there's still going to be content coming every Thursday. But we're going to come back with some new episodes. with the set.
A set.
A new set. Oh,
With the
Follow Your Bliss is
set.
kicking us out.
We're gonna
guys.
We're gonna go film some of those skits that we've talked about, right?
We got some good things coming.
Some more performances. We've got some great guests in store. I've talked to, a lot of people this week that are planning.
Wow.
Upgrades.
Huge upgrades. Huge upgrades. It's going to be Clandestine Live.
Huge upgrades.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
2019.
I mean, just from this came from just the stories about Kano real quick, where Operation Peace Project, you know, I know that we had kind of gone out and watched the band perform, man, and just seeing the communities and seeing our people come together and all those faces. And I remember us just talking on the phone, and we had heard about like the 7th suicide, I think it was, in one of the communities up north, and it had been at one a month at that point, you know, and just going out there and seeing those faces when you guys were going out there and doing the shows, and you and I kept talking about it, man, and we knew some of the families, you know, and I just remember us looking at each other and just deciding, no words had to be said. It was like we knew we had to do something. You know, we knew we had to do something, and so we struck out on this, and it was really Kano, you and I talked. I kind of just threw an idea out there, and Kano just ran with it like he does, you know, and we kept talking some more, and this thing came together so beautifully, you know, when we talked about the music, you know, and it's one of the things I'm proudest of being associated with in my life, especially that I can do this with my brother, you know, and family here, that we're all associated together. But you know, Operation Peace Project, man, I mean, what we're doing out there, Greg and everybody else out there is fighting that fight too, so they know what we're talking about. But I owe it to this man to keep me going through some really tough times. He was there for me when I lost both sons. My brother, of course, is going to be there for me, but, you know, there's people that are there and in the darkest times and lift you up, and you got me back up, man. You got me back up and running again, so I'll be forever grateful for that. And this guy's the guy that helped me, is going to help me bring this word to you and keep going. So I want to thank you for that, man. I appreciate it for the rest of my life.
Awesome.
Right on, man. Well, I'm honored to be here, man, and to be a part of it, to share that, you know, and to feel that everyone sees the value.
Yeah.
You know, feels the quality in what I'm presenting from my heart. And, of course, you know, shout out to each individual. Look, we've got Sam Hansen saying hello,
Hey,
Dave.
what's up, Sam? I
You
went
know.
to school with that guy.
All right,
It's
man.
been a while back.
That's right, man. So you guys, what, 10-year reunion this year or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Could you imagine you telling this guy, Sam, way back in the day, yeah, I'll have a podcast, you know, in the future. I'll be streaming to all
Streaming
these
a
people on the
podcast.
internet. Sam would be like,
We had
Ten.
Saganisto.
with
We're
almost
too short.
10,000
Hey,
followers
we're two.
on the show.
Michael McBride.
Yeah,
Yo,
what's up?
10 more likes, man.
Big Mike. Big
What's
Mike.
up, Mike?
We need 10 more likes,
10 more
everybody. 10 more likes.
Yo,
Send it
somebody
to
be
a friend.
a little bit bold and share it to a few extra people. Wake your mom up. Wake your mom up. Say, Mom,
Mom,
I got to use your
Mom.
Facebook for a
No,
second.
don't even wake your
this
mom up.
t-shirt?
Take
grab
her
her
phone.
phone.
7,000. We
Grab
know
her
you're out there
phone.
watching.
Just go like it.
Come on. You know. Hey, how's it going back there in the control room anyway, man? We
know.
haven't heard from you guys yet.
Yeah.
How's back
Follow
there,
your
man?
bliss media
Follow your bliss in the back.
with Anthony Audio Wakeman.
Follow your bliss media. A Wakeman Audio back there.
Oh, right up my
Are you awake, man?
Are you awake?
Are you awake? A Wake man.
man?
Yeah, he is,
Well,
man.
Anthony's always awake, man.
I know we got
That's right.
at least a couple more stories about Kano over here. Serene, do you have one about our soak leader?
So,
So?
So
So?
that's Dave. That would
So.
be Dave's story.
Oh, that's right.
Let's see. I don't know if I have a specific story, but I can say that as a human being, I really, really admire a lot about you. Ever since we've met, like, your energy just resonates so deeply with me, and I don't know. From the beginning, I've always felt so accepted by you and by everybody else here. And just the way that you were just so open with us using our creativity. You had like ideas, but also trusted in our abilities and saw our worth in that way. And I really appreciated that. Also, just how real you are, and how, like, we had like something happen last week or whatever, and the way that you were able to handle the situation, you're just so real with so much grace and compassion and understanding, and able to reflect it back onto yourself and know that what you're speaking is what you're also telling to yourself, and just there's no like bullshit about it. You're just real, you know, and I really super admire that about you.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are like that. Not a lot of people will face things like that and not get mad, you know, the way that you just handle it with love from your heart.
Yeah.
You also really remind me consistently about the magic in the world, and like, it's things I already know, but sometimes in my day-to-day life I forget, and whenever we have a conversation, it seems like you remind me about the power of this magic and the power that we can create together, and you have inspired me to dream bigger than I ever have even dreamed, and and in a real way that we can take this old fucked up world and make it into this new earth that we're all creating together. The way that you're bridging both worlds, I see it, and I'm totally with it all the way, and thank you for everything that you've brought into my life.
Oh, nice, man. That's unbelievable words, you know. Straight to the heart, you know. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
And very mutual, you know. The openness and the things we've created and relationship is definitely been a two-way street, you know. As we go, the individuals sitting here have been open enough to share, you know. We've all put our hearts out there. And I've been honored enough to and inspired to just work night and day, whatever ability or knowledge I can gain to move forward. Like I said, it's the music, it's the art, it's the spirit, but yeah, we have to make a living, and it's good to make a good living, you know, because then you can take care of each other, take care of one another, you know, have quality of life, and I foresee that. We've put a lot of time in, a lot of work, a lot of effort, and that was some of the reason for these episodes in regard to bios, you know. And we still have a few episodes left, and we want to focus, because every individual in here and all of you, very, very talented, like you said, Serene. I trusted because I saw the talent, you know, I felt the good energy, and the type of call-out that came to each of us, even myself, as I entered Clandestine, it was very unique in a way that, I don't know, it was heartfelt. But then it also made sense to go there to work. You know, when I met Dave and everything, it just all came together, and that's really what's happening now, you know, is the fruition of what a lot of individuals have put into creating what we have.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, you know, the reality is that, you know, life, like I said earlier, has its ups and downs, and you know, Kano's had and myself have had a few ups and downs, some down ones, real bad ones. Just totally biffed it, man. Anyway, but at the same time, we've had a lot of good times together, a lot of long talks on the road. Experienced a lot of different things together in that fashion. Some beautiful things, met a lot of beautiful people, and you know, music does heal the soul. It does. It's helped me so many times, even writing a song, going through something like that, or something good, you know. And so I appreciate you and love you, Kano. Yeah.
Thank you,
man. Yeah, so many talks, so many good. Like, it's hard to like pin down like any like part, because there's so many awesome parts about you, man. You know, like you said, reminding you of things that on a daily basis, like that we're doing more than just making music or money or something, you know, as rock stars, you know, that we were both on the same journey. And you always remind me, yeah, man, we have so much more potential, and the dream's so much bigger than just, I made a career, you know, out of whatever. Because I mean, you could do that, but I mean, my goal has always been to help and be a part of the world. Not just help the world, but I mean, just make this world a better place the way I wanted to see it, like Bill and Ted's, you know. Where it's like, you know, this cool ass utopia, you know. And you know, with you always remind me that we're working towards that, and that's so much greater than just like making a living or something, you know. Right. And I love it. And
the day he said that he got 100,000 toys delivered.
Right. Wow.
Semi truck just pulled up. Look at these toys.
Calls me in Winslow.
What? We gotta get rid of them all.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of them. All the kids in Arizona.
And we're
give
doing
us
it
toys.
again.
yeah.
I know.
Everybody's gonna have a toy this year.
That
right?
was our basically our little kickoff start of Clandestine Live. You know, we had got all those boxes of toys and started filming us have the toys. And like, hey, look at this! Started going live at places.
Wow.
Live showing people showing up, picking up the toys, and then eventually we were just like, episode 1, Clandestine Live.
Clandestine Live. Hey, man, Josh Strickland, man. Strickland Brothers, what's up? We got to jam together, man. You got to come out. We got a lot of.
Him and his brother jam. Hey, say hello to your dad. Man.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hey, Josh Hooper, man. I've been loving those posts, bro.
Yeah.
Man, the hunting post.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool, Josh. All those things, man. Living vicariously through you guys. So, it's awesome, man.
Veronica. I think she's like in the other room.
We missed her, though. She's been gone for a couple episodes, right?
Working.
Heidi Hopkins checking us
I
out.
don't know, Heidi.
I saw, we missed, Ellie Levon making a comment. What's up? Are you following, liking, and sharing?
No.
That's
Hashtag
right.
fry
That's
bread.
right.
Hashtag fry bread.
We should start getting some fry bread out here every episode.
We got to call Kathy and you know,
Oh, yeah.
commandeer her fry bread skills.
You
my
know, these
sister.
episodes
sister.
get long, and sometimes I just want to reach out.
Oh,
you
check
know,
that out.
have a bite.
George, what's up, man?
What's up, Mr. Clark? How you doing,
Morning,
man?
gay.
What's going down, dude? It's good to see all of you, man. Friends, right?
See everybody. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, some true friends. That's the thing about social media and Facebook and all this stuff. I was around when it first started, right? What was that other thing called? MySpace, right?
Yeah.
Right, MySpace, and then
MySpace.
Facebook came into the play.
I was on
That was
AOL.
back when you could put music on your profile.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Totally.
You could customize your
Yeah.
profile and stuff.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
like
and
that.
Yeah.
countdowns. That's
Hey,
Hey,
right.
don't even act
Yeah.
To know
Can we?
each other.
You guys
Yeah.
be on my top 8. We all in each
Crow
other's top
kind of
8 or
made-
what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Top
top
eight.
Top
eight.
8, top
Yeah.
6.
Remember Dave's profile picture in
Yeah.
MySpace?
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
God, that's
He was all ripped
hilarious.
with a choker on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, bring that back.
He's got his
Yeah,
foot
right.
and he's got this big cheese and smile.
I've been having one of those lately.
Looks like a pro
Yeah,
wrestler. Or
right?
something. Yeah, man. But all of this stuff, man, how many years has it
True
been, really,
therapy.
you know? But through this time, as we created Clandestine Live, I've definitely, it's part of my life every day, you know? And at first, it was just something to have fun with, right? Then I realized how I could keep in touch with people that I just wouldn't know.
Right.
I have a huge family. So literally, there's people that I wouldn't know if it wasn't for Facebook. You know, and you know who you are, right? We're family members now.
And that's special for me because there's some family. I mean, you know a lot of our family. So any of
Exactly.
my family out there that I don't know, that I've never met, say hello. Say hello. I got a lot of family out there. I was adopted by
That's
another
right.
family, so I don't know a lot of family out there. So if you get a chance, hit me up, like me, hit me up. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Facebook, man. And so, you
Like all
know,
of
it
us.
has its, you know. Go ahead, Crow.
Well, because, I mean, Bradley was yelling 6 likes till 10,000. How far are we, Bradley?
Where we
Can
at,
Can I
man?
get a number
Not
count,
far, we're
please?
close.
6 more. We
likes.
just need 6
All
more.
right, Mr. Clark,
Six
man,
more
get
Hey,
in
likes.
George,
there.
there's people walking by
Well, then
right
you
now
know
that
what?
can give us
Just
I'm
six
not
follow,
even
more.
gonna
dude.
play
Come on.
everybody's
Yeah, I
weekly
know the fellas
favorite
are out there
segment,
having cigars right
Ashes
now.
and Serene, until I get those 6 likes.
Yeah. We're going to have to roll that. We are already an hour. We're
no.
going to go out over
We
the
gotta
hour.
go.
Well,
We're
I
gonna have to
guess
pay the
we'll give it
fine
to
to
them.
follow your Bliss Media.
So should we roll that clip then?
Let's roll the clip because that's gonna get some likes.
Roll it.
That's gonna get some likes.
We got pomegranates. They're so good. Like eating jewels.
It's a hat party. That's right here. Hat party! It's also a mushroom party! Mushroom party! And it's a virtual reality party! Virtual reality.
Here until the potion's over. I want to take it. I'm going straight to Eden after this.
Are you really?
Urban Angel. Woo! Yeah.
Christina, Goldberg! Missing out! Ashley's like...
Music has ended, and we're smoking hookah.
We are still going though.
Still going strong.
Oh, and I'm gonna bring enough one for some
Yeah, let's try that again.
Have you seen the mushrooms? It's kind of like when what we really do.
Oh yeah. Performer live hashtag. Oh wait, the hashtag comes first. My bad. Hashtag performer live. Hashtag performer live. Pizza live. Pizza live. Hashtag life. Superpowers. Always slow in life. Always life. You feel slow. Super slow. Oh, here. We understand. sponsored by, not yet, but
Almost.
we're waiting for it.
Mate coming at you at 1:39 a.m.
That's called a mate moment.
Mate moment!
We're gonna make it back to Phoenix in no time.
Said sips.
Oh. Well.
Cheers to sip. Cheers.
Live.
49.
Yeah.
Guys, we are so close to 10,000.
So close.
So close.
We need like
Couple
two
likes. Two
Two?
more
three
likes.
more
man.
likes.
Almost
You guys can
there.
help us get
Help us out. Oh, look, 9,997
Look at that. We're getting
Now,
close.
knock on your neighbor's door.
So please like, follow, and
Grab
share.
his phone. Ladies and gentlemen, Operation Peace Project presents Clandestine Live in association with Valverde Video. Follow your Bliss Media, Alter Destiny, WGA, Winslow Guidance Associates, Audio A. Wakeman, that damn artist, right? Sonic Alchemy, is that correct? Got that right. Who am I missing?
Most important.
It starts with a spark!
It starts with a spark. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to join the ladies Sunday night at 8 p.m.
Yes.
You'll see that as we share that on all the media.
Come out to Bambuca Fest.
That's right, Bambuca.
Galactic
Next week, tell us,
Gratitude.
we're going to be at the Electric Light Parade next weekend.
Black Friday, we'll be at the Fantasy Lights Parade. So you
Fantasy
gotta get out
Light
there.
Parade.
Winslow Christmas Parade this week when WGA has a
Oh, Winslow.
float. Up north, Winslow.
Winslow Christmas Parade
Yeah.
represented.
Reach
We're
10,000.
WGA on the float, man.
That's right.
So
Follow,
go
like, and share.
outside, yell at someone, grab your phone, follow, like, and share. We're almost to 10,000. Check it out. That's right. Follow, like, and share.
Clandestine Live.
Clandestine Live. Clandestine Live. Clandestine Live.
All right.
Clandestine Live,
All right.
episode 49. Wrapping it up.
We'll be back next week.
See you next time.
See you, babies.
Is it 10,000?
Hashtag
Did we do it? Did we make it? We did it! We did it!
Did it.
Just like trees, so deeply rooted. From a faraway country, don't know if I can make it work right. We're gonna be there soon. We're gonna be there soon. I know. Long dogs don't feel alive. Words are spoken out. Sometimes so hard to keep your head.
Thank you guys for coming. I mean, Clandestine and what they're doing for the community and the kids today cannot be beat.
We've been out searching with our hearts. It's not about money, it's not about fame, it's not about power, 'cause love is our true name. If we go on playing, when will we make it right?
One more. You
One
can get
more like.
there, you know. Check your phone again. I said,
Like.
knock on your neighbor's
that.
door,
That's
call your
crazy.
brother, call your friend.
199. Call
Send him an
somebody, tell
Insta
them to check us out.
message. Get us a like. One more. We're at
Follow,
9,999
like,
I'm
and
gonna be up
follows.
all night if this
Come
doesn't
on.
happen.
We just need
I'm
one.
gonna go around
Oh,
knocking
yeah.
on doors.
Going around. Call. Is everybody you know liking it?
Excuse me, ma'am,
Who's
can I
on-
see your
who's
Let's
on
call
my
somebody.
phone?
All right, let's call somebody right now.
Call him up.
Call him up.
Call
Make
him
sure.
up.
Miguel, where's Miguel Valverde?
Oh,
Where's
we need,
Miguel?
Are you
two
following
more.
and liking Miguel?
Who wants a t-shirt? Who wants a t-shirt?
Yeah, we're giving T-shirts out. Let's
Now
go. We
we
got
got
one more.
Now we still need
One more. We need one more. I'm going to call somebody here.
Who do I have
Let's
here?
see here.
You need to call
Let's
someone
see.
that you know doesn't like our page.
Yeah, let's call Adam Beach.
Adam
you
Beach.
go.
Adam Beach.
Live on the
Clandestine
live on air.
sent out- Adam Beach already follows us, but dude.
Oh, he's already following us. One more. Who should we call?
One more like.
Let's see.
Oh, Paul McCartney.
Let's call.
McCartney.
We know Paul. I know Paul.
Oh, we got it.
We got
Hey, 10,000. Thank you.
10K Clandestine Live, episode 49.
Why people will contact
Thank
you.
all of you.
Justin, our camera guy, just liked the page. We appreciate that. Appreciate it. He just liked his own show.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Justin gets a shirt.
Justin gets the shirt. We're at 10K.
How rude that he didn't
All
like
right.
our show.
I know. What's up with that?
Go beat this guy up. All right, we're out of here. We gotta
Anyways,
go.
Later.
we're out of here. We're
Kicking us
getting
out.
kicked out of the studio.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.
See
We're
you,
gonna have
Gabe
special
Elias.
things, man. Look for the content. We're gonna be going live next week a couple times. Thanksgiving podcast,
Oh, yeah.
Black Friday podcast, right?
Bye,
From Mill
Justin.
Avenue. See you next time. Clandestine Live.
We'll see you.